Hey, what's going on, you guys? Let's welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. Today I got one for Candyman, a sequel to the 1992 Candyman of the same. Both of them have the same name, which I think a lot of shows, or not shows, films are doing that now, to where they like erase all the sequels and just have another one come out, which I don't mind because for the most part that has been very very successful in my opinion. Had one hiccup I think, but like for the most part it has been successful. Nonetheless, I saw this film yesterday and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Actually, I enjoyed this film a lot. There are certain things, you know what I'm saying, I didn't think necessarily worked as much as other things, but like for the most part, I thought this film was really damn good. One of the, well, hold up, before I get into all that, I actually had never seen the first one. I didn't see it till yesterday. So I watched the first one and the 1992 one, and then I ended up watching this one later on that night. Well, yesterday night, and I was just like, okay, I actually think I like this one more. The first one was entertaining, but I think I was expecting a little bit more just based off everything I heard about it and the people. I thought I was expecting kind of like a slasher type film, and I don't think that's necessarily what this is. And this one is the same way. You don't really get those. You see some deaths, some murders, but like they kind of like it's more artistic the way they do it. They don't really just like show like these people just being murdered and like clearly or like just like right there, just playing like on the screen. Not like I said, it doesn't really like fall into like that slasher type thing. But I think I was kind of prepared for that simply because of how the first one played out. Granted, I still think I think the film would do better if we actually can show this stuff and like, cause there were times like you see some deaths and like the camera just like pan away and you just hear people screaming, you see blood and stuff like that. I'm like, I kind of actually want to see what's happening, you know. And that's another thing is like he's in the mirror, like, like so you can't really even see him unless to the pans to like a mirror, and then you see him like holding somebody up or something like that. But I did think that actually played good because I actually like the visual. And what's another thing I love about this? Well, the visuals were oh man, this movie looks spectacular. Neil DaCosta did one hell of a job directing this film. I thought it was phenomenally directed, bro. Like everything about it, like the way the cinematography, like the way certain things you just held on certain moments or certain shots and everything. I'm just like, oh, and then the acting was also great. Yahya Abdul-Mateen plays basically. I didn't even give you guys a synopsis. It's basically I can read it off. In present day, a decade after the last of the Cabrini towers were torn down, Anthony and his partner moved into a loft into the now gentrified Cabrini. An encounter with an old timer exposes Anthony to the true story behind Candyman. Anxious to use these details in his studio and as a fresh grist for painting, he unknowingly opens a door to a complex past that unravels his own sanity and unleashes a terrifying wave of violence. That is pretty much what it is. And Yahya Abdul Mateen plays Anthony. Tiana Paris plays Brianna. You guys know Tiana Paris. She played Photon. I guess I'm calling it Photon in WandaVision. And then what's crazy, I was watching this whole movie. I'm just like, I know her from somewhere. Where do I know you from? And I didn't realize till I got home and just was chilling. And I was like, oh, it just randomly popped up in my head. But that's not important. One thing I liked about it is how this one connects to the first one. But there were certain things I was just like, okay, I kind of could have predicted that. Like I don't even want to call it a twist. There was just something I'm just like, I saw that coming. Okay, that was a layup, you know, and they took that. But another one of the things is just the chemistry in this thing is off the charts with everyone. I thought the cast got along great. I thought the acting was great. And I like where the story went. Only thing, I'm gonna keep it a bean. It's just like the social commentary is pretty like on the nose. which I mean, I think it just all depends on who you are and your flavor, and like as to like if you like that or not. But that was my only thing. It's just like it's so on the nose, and it's like it's not subtle at all. It's just like, yep, this is that, this is that, and then it even like affects like the third act in a degree, because now I'm kind of like questioning certain things about just like the lore in general, because we know you say Candyman 5 times in the mirror, boom, he pulling up on the set, killing you. Now you looking at it like, okay, maybe that's not necessarily the case. Maybe it's more to it than that. So that was kind of like probably the weird part to me. I'm just like, okay, what is they going? That's not fully explained. And another thing, uh, I think there was like 20 minutes of this movie probably missing, because we did some stuff with Brianna's character and like flashbacks and stuff, but like that wasn't expounded upon or expanded upon at all. And I'm thinking like, I feel like that meant something. Uh, 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 um, Anthony's mother, I felt like that was kind of just like boom, and then there was nothing else to. So I kind of feel like there was 20 minutes of this movie that where it could have used an additional 20 minutes or so. Uh, but overall, I still think the movie is quite enjoyable. It's quite entertaining. It's beautiful. It's well shot. Cinematography is great. The acting is great, and like overall, I really enjoyed it, because I think immediately coming out the theater, I was just like, okay, that was phenomenal. Of course, you sit down a little bit, and I slept on it, so I'm just like, okay, there were a couple of things I'm just kind of like, I don't know if we necessarily needed it to be done like that, and it's kind of confusing a little bit, but I still think I understand. I can't. I would love to get a second viewing of this, like to like further, like clean up some details from the end. But another thing I like about this, you don't necessarily have to see the first movie. They give you all the details in this one, you know. So I just wanted to do it just because I've heard so much about it. So, but like you don't necessarily have to. So I like that as well. Overall, I like the film a lot. Initially was like an A, but I'm gonna give it a B plus. I still think it's a fantastic film. It's probably one you could throw on, and I think it's one of those newer horror films to where like it doesn't necessarily focus so much on the horror, but more as the story, as like it's feeling like horror films are turned into like horror dramas, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. So, but for this, it works, and I'm not mad at it at all. But if you guys seen it, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe. I catch up with you guys later. Peace.